Man, we got a good one today. We got a really good one today. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy. Bigger back with a brand new reaction. Before we get started, I'm going to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment. What else want me to react to? Some sad news stirring in the world today, okay? A Titan submersive, kind of like a mini submarine, has went missing, man. Okay? It was exploring the Titanic and in its wreckage area, and it got lost, bro, and we don't really know what's going on. These people have been missing for 3 days now. Very wealthy people. Even the CEO of what's that company called? Ocean what? It's called Ocean something. Ocean Gate. There we go. It's called Ocean Gate. So we're gonna react to this video, man, of what could possibly go wrong. Okay, a lot of things obviously went wrong. Of why they're not here, why these people aren't here yet. I know they're hungry. I know they're starving. I know they're terrified. I know anxiety is through the roof. Okay. They're down literally at the bottom of the ocean, 13,000 feet deep. That's literally where planes fly, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all want a perspective on how far that is, that's very far. So we're going to react to this video. All right. Let me minimize myself. We're going to react to this video. All right. By the Daily Mail. Missing Titanic submarine. 5 things that may have gone wrong. All right. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. I'm genuinely curious. You know, what the fuck's going on? Why haven't they found it yet? But smash the like button, man. Let's get it. Let's go.
It is another mystery of the deep. As hopes fade for the 5 wealthy Titanic tourists who vanished while exploring the wreck aboard a mini submarine, one question keeps arising. What happened?
I'd love to know.
It is possible that no one will ever know after the sub, called Titan, suddenly went silent hundreds of miles off the coast of Canada and around 13,000 feet underwater beside the Titanic. On board was a British billionaire, one of Pakistan's richest men and his son, a famed French explorer, and the CEO of the company running the dive. They began their voyage early Sunday with 96 hours of oxygen inside the sub and have not been heard from since. Submarine experts agree that 5 possible accidents are the most likely cause.
Okay, so this is what I think. Tangled on wreckage. I feel like they got stuck on something. Okay, I feel like they got stuck and there ain't no way out. You know, whatever type of mechanism built to surface them, you know, failed because they're tangled up. Okay, so if they get into any of that type of detail, I feel like that's what happened. I feel like they just got stuck, y'all, or obviously a power issue. You know what I'm saying? There's something going on that just ain't doing what it needs to do. And that's the reason why they're still down there.
Perhaps the most obvious explanation is that the submersible became tangled in the wreckage of the Titanic itself. The ship split into 2 pieces as it sank back in 1912, and those sections now lie amidst a huge debris field on the seabed. Navigating the wreck is extremely dangerous, according to those who have dived it. It is possible that the sub's pilot got disoriented, perhaps after communications were interrupted, causing the craft to get snagged.
I think
Another
so too.
explorer has described how a sudden undersea current swept his submarine into the wreck, getting it temporarily stuck. Titan is equipped with drop weights, which can be thrown overboard to give it extra buoyancy, potentially freeing it and helping it float to the surface. But if it is stuck, for example, inside the Titanic, there could be little the crew would be able to do except wait for help. A banging noise picked up on sonar could be the trapped crew knocking on the hull of the sub to attract attention, but rescuers have still been unable to find the craft.
Power equipment failure.
Titan
That was my
could
second.
also have suffered a power.
First of all, I just want to say that's terrifying. Okay, imagine being stuck in a literal graveyard where more than 1,000 people died. Okay, I believe 1,200 people died on the Titanic. Yeah, imagine that. That's already very haunting and sinister and scary. And you could potentially be next. Just let that sink in. You're in the ocean where there is no light. Okay, the sun is the biggest light bulb we have, y'all. It's the biggest light bulb we got. If the sun can't even look down in that motherfucker, if the sun can't even shine down there, bro, yeah, it's going to take some wild equipment to even locate them if they are down there. You know, I don't even think there's any type of modern ship, submarine that could even just go down there effortlessly and grab them. I don't think that's just a thing right now. Other than, obviously, the Titan submersive. That's what it was built for. Yeah, bro, there's a lot of shit that they are going through down there. You know, you ain't got no food. You ain't got no water. You just in there waiting to be rescued, hoping, you know, if they don't get rescued, y'all, that's a horrible way to die. The ship can just implode, you know, from the pressure, and they'll just literally pop like balloons, kind of like being in space, you know. They would just pop just like that. So I don't know what type of search and rescue process is going on, but I really hope they get them, man, because I wouldn't wish this the way that they could potentially go. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Power outage or equipment failure. The sub relies on batteries to power the communications, and a failure could explain why it lost contact with the surface. But they also power the engines, the lights, and the heating. A catastrophic failure would have left the sub dead in the water, in complete darkness, and in freezing temperatures. If that is the case, experts say the cold could kill quicker than the lack of oxygen. Questions have been raised over the quality of the sub.
Yeah, so there's that too. There's so many ways they can go, bro. You know, there's 2 degrees down there, y'all. It's basically ice cold. It's below freezing almost. You know, there's only certain animals down there who can even exist. And there's millions of species down there who can do so, but we are not one of them. You know what I'm saying? Nor is this ship. So I don't know what exactly they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Dying that way, freezing to death, is crazy. I really hope they have some type of jackets, some type of sleeping bags. So I really hope they prepared for the worst. I hope they prepared for the worst, man. I don't know why companies like this don't invest more. They're billion-dollar companies. You know, I don't know why they don't invest more in their technology. The simplest things, you know, manual heating, manual steering, you know, manual power steering in the submarine. Why are we using this off of a controller to be clever? Come on now. We're talking about lives here. I would never go anywhere in a vehicle that's operated by a controller. No, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, though. You know, planes have steering wheels. Boats have steering wheels. Cars have steering wheels. Why the fuck doesn't a submarine? You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be things for this. You know, there should be precautions. These are billion-dollar machines, you know, state of the art, and they don't do the simplest things. I just don't get it. But they can kill you, though. They can tax you, too. Apparently, it's over $200K just to do this trip. Come on now.
After one passenger pulled out over fears the company building it were cutting corners, he discovered that scaffolding poles were being used as ballast, and a video game controller was being used for steering. After that, he demanded his money back. An OceanGate engineer also previously quit over safety concerns about the structural integrity of the sub, and an industry body wrote a letter in 2018 criticizing the company's experimental approach. Losing power would make the sub harder to find, and there will still be the matter of getting it back to the surface when its engines aren't working. They may still be able to surface, but there is no sign of the vessel yet. Alistair Grieg, a professor of marine engineering at the University College London, said rescue options will be extremely limited if the sub is without power.
It's hanging on a ghost fish.
Another possibility is that the sub has become tangled on a piece of debris like a fishing net. Thousands of so-called ghost nets are swept around the deep ocean after being lost by trawlermen. Back in 2005, a Russian submersible called AS-28 became tangled on just such a net while it was underwater off the Kamchatka Peninsula in far eastern Siberia. The net got caught in its propellers and caused it to sink to the seabed, with a British underwater drone brought in to cut the netting and free it. All 7 crew members made it safely to the surface 2 days later.
See, I really hope...
They were stuck.
I really hope that's going to be the case in this situation. We're very limited on time, okay? The Titan Submersible is only capable of, 96 hours of oxygen or 91 or some shit like that. So that's only a certain amount of days, y'all. That's about 5 days, right? It's about 5 days. It's not really much you can do with that. You know what I'm saying? And obviously they used a lot of it being freaked the fuck out and having anxiety attacks. You use more oxygen when you have anxiety attacks, so I hope for the best, man. I really do.
Under just a few hundred feet of water, compared to the Titan's 13,000. To cut the craft free, rescuers will first have to find it, and sonar is not good at distinguishing the sub from the wreckage of the Titanic scattered around it. And even if it can be cut free, the Titan will still have to make it back to the surface on its own, because transferring the crew to another vessel at that depth is impossible.
Damn. Impossible.
After the submersible suddenly stopped communicating with no explanation, a catastrophic implosion of the vessel has become a leading theory. G. Michael Harris, an experienced Titanic explorer, fears that is exactly what happened, 10,000 feet down, where the pressure is 350 times greater than at the surface. When a submarine's hull fails at depth, the pressure of the ocean will almost instantly crush it and anyone inside. Even a small fault in the carbon fibre and titanium hull could have caused the accident, and Titan's 3 previous voyages were cancelled over fears of structural fatigue. Owners OceanGate said the vessel, which features many homemade components such as hardware store washers, had been repaired since and was equipped with a sophisticated system to monitor for any problems in the hull. But if an issue had suddenly occurred deep underwater, it is doubtful the crew could have done anything in time to save themselves. Just such an incident occurred in 2017 when the Argentinian Navy submarine ARA San Juan went missing in the San Jorge Gulf. The wreck was only located a year later, scattered deep down on the seabed. It is not known exactly what caused the accident, but it is thought an electrical failure caused it to dive beyond its crush depth, causing an implosion, killing all 44 people on board.
Damn.
If that is what happened to the Titan, then the crew would have been killed instantly.
That's horrible, y'all. That's a horrible way to go.
Another possibility is a fire on board.
Terrible way to go, y'all. That is a horrible death. Okay, they can die. There's so many ways, bro, that they could suffer. They can suffer from the implosion. The implosion's honestly the most humane way to kill them. That's the best way to die. And I know how that sounds. That's the best way for them to go, is implosion. Because it'll be instant. They would just boom, and they would be dead. But freezing to death or, suffocating because of the lack of oxygen, all they got is till tomorrow afternoon, y'all. So I don't really know what finger to put on that.
Perhaps caused by water getting into the electrics. In 2019, a blaze broke out inside the battery compartment of the Russian submarine Losharik while it was 1,000 feet underwater. Fighting the fire in corridors as narrow as a few feet, the crew managed to get Losharik back to its parent submarine, which hauled it to the surface. 14 submariners, some of the most experienced and highly decorated in the whole of the Russian Navy, were killed. If a similar blaze
keep
was
in
to break
mind, those
out
are
on
professionals when it comes to this stuff, and they still died. Them niggas still died. Okay, and they had the top of the line shit. They had the good shit. They had that military shit. They in something. What? You know what I'm saying? They in something times less than that. You know what I'm saying? You know, look at this thing, bro. Like, where's the... Like, how does this thing even navigate? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the safety blooms when this bitch don't... You know what I'm saying? There's so much I have in question of this thing's design, bro. Where's the room at? Why ain't it bigger? Why it gotta be hella small? I don't get it, y'all. I really don't get it. The design of this thing is just ass in general, okay? It's horrible. Yes, I'm glad it fits 5 people because at least you're not killing 10 people. At least you're not killing 15, 20. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad it's only capable of 5 because that's how many victims. 1 is already enough, okay? So, man, I'm pulling for them, bro. I'm hoping for the best, man, but it's getting almost impossible.
The Titan, then the results could easily be fatal. Even if the crew somehow got the flames under control, the fire could knock out the electronics and eat up the oxygen inside the tiny 21-foot craft. There is still a lot we don't know about the Titan's fate, or the fates of the men on board. If the craft can somehow get itself to the surface, then there is hope that they can be saved. But if it is really stuck at the bottom of the ocean, then the chances of finding them alive are slim and fading fast.
Yeah, there you have it. That's the reaction. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Comment down below what y'all think, man. I'd love to hear y'all, thoughts. Because I am speechless. I need to hear some type of good news. Because all I've been hearing, making myself a little bigger, all I've been hearing is bad news. So comment down below what y'all think, man. Other than that, it's me, your boy Big Rick. Hit that subscribe button. And we are out. Peace.